Hey guys, it's Omer from MMOs.com and the quick first impressions gameplay video for Spellstone, a free-to-play collectible card game developed by a company called Synapse and published by Kongregate. I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out, make some comments. If you guys want to play Spellstone or just learn more about it, do check the whole review on MMOs.com on the link below. So let's go and get started right now. It's actually a collectible card game that's on Steam as well as mobile. So let's go and get started. I'll show you some of the mechanics. We're basically in the game's hub area where we can just kind of view the interface. It does have a very Nickelodeon-esque Cartoon Network style vibe over here. Let's go talk to this crow for our quests. We got to reinforce things 5 times and we have to complete some missions. So let's go and do a mission right now. We can do quad fusions. We gotta do the good, the bad, and the fiery campaign. There's actually a lot of single player content here, and the art style is really the standout feature in Spellstone. But there are so many free to play card games out there right now, it's kind of hard to decide which ones to play sometimes. However, I do want to say this game has some glaring negatives, which I'll probably point out right away. But let's go and just do a mission right now, a regular game. And there are some actual unique mechanics, so let's actually talk about those first. And the way it works is you have 15 card deck, you can draw cards, and there's no actual mana cost. So it is a little bit different than other card games. This one over here isn't a mana cost, it's actually how many turns it takes for him to start attacking. So this guy's got a 0, so we're gonna play Woodland Fairy, and the turn it comes out, boosh, we did 1 damage to this guy. It's an AI, he attacks the turn he comes out too. And then we can drop, let's say, a Toad Warrior. In 2 turns, this guy will start attacking every turn as well. So it's really about what cards you play, and you kind of have to predict your opponent's plays. This guy's got 1 armor as well, so he reduces all damage by 1. But he's only got 1 health, so he's still kind of weak. This guy has Empower 1. He boosts random allied creatures' damage, so we'll drop this one over here. So there's actually a lot of cool mechanics, and it does differentiate itself simply by just not having a mana cost. You have a smaller health pool as well, and it keeps track of the turns over here. And we'll drop another one of these. So it has some unique mechanics, some great artwork. It's all hand-drawn, really cool looking stuff. And the interface is generally pretty sleek too. Some really weird aspects though is you can actually upgrade these cards quite a bit. We have a fully upgraded Forest Golem over here, and he is really strong compared to everything else we had. For a 1-turn drop, he's a 2/7, and he's got Empower 1. He's dual fused, so he is, I believe, one of the strongest commons I have in my deck right now. We beat this guy. We got a free. We got a 5 gold for this. You do have this weird mobile game mechanic where you can't keep playing PvE missions. It does require energy, and the energy resets every X amount of minutes. So it does limit how much you can play. And when we complete this mission over here, we can get a reward. This is the first time you beat it, you get this. The second time you beat it, you get this. And there's various mastery rewards for it. This guy's a 1. You get a 1/3 over here with bolts every time you beat it over here, and then this is the last reward you get. And I guess every time you play, it does get harder, but it does require, quite a bit of grind because it does take every one of these battle points. You got to use your energy to keep playing it. The first time you beat it, you unlock the next one. I'm on this mission right here. This map alone looks very mobile game-esque, and again, it is cross-platform compatible, so you can play this on mobile. There's a ton of story stuff that you can grind. It starts off really easy, but I'm sure as you do the more mastery stuff, it does get a bit more difficult. The card mechanics are actually really cool. The core gameplay is differentiated. However, where the game kind of lost me is the game's upgrade system. So you click on upgrade, for example. I upgrade my Woodland Fairy once. It's a 1/4. The default Woodland Fairy with no upgrades is a 1/2. So when you upgrade it, it gets so much stronger. And you get upgrades with these dust points. You get them by doing missions. I'm sure you can buy them as well in the store. And this is a fully upgraded Forest Golem as well. It's a 2/7. So we actually upgrade this one more time. You'll see what it becomes. We drop it over here. He can become a 1/6. Compared to the default 1/2, it's just better. The problem is when you upgrade it, the cards just get stronger with absolutely no downside. So having played Hearthstone, Faria, Shadowverse, and so many of these card games, you can't just have a game where when you upgrade a card, it just gets objectively better with 0 downside. Because then that requires you to have a 15 card deck with the best possible cards. And if your cards aren't fully upgraded, you're playing at an enormous disadvantage to your opponent. So it's just insane how strong the cards get when you do upgrade them. So let's go upgrade our Phase Imp over here. We'll drop this over here. He becomes a 3/4 and he gains an ability. He's already a 3/4, but his ability is Poison 1. And it does enemies damaged by this card, dealing additional damage at the end of the turn, so they take more damage. So there's no reason to have a Phase Imp in your deck if you can get an upgraded Phase Imp. So let's go and do this. Boosh, this guy is upgraded. We get a reward for this, and we get 3 more upgrade points for this quest. If we upgrade another one, for example, we only have 1 right now, so we can't upgrade it. But if you have 2 upgraded ones, you can fuse it into an even better one, and he becomes a 3/5, so he gets even stronger. So let's go upgrade this guy too. Why not? There's no reason to play PvP games with weak-ass cards. And the way the game is designed is it's pretty absurd that the upgraded cards get so much stronger. So we still have 20 points, still pretty good. And let's go upgrade our Woodland Ferry too. Let's get a fully upgraded Woodland Ferry. Upgrade this one too. Easy. And we got 2 1-4s. And I believe we can boost. Now we got a 1-6 over there. We can upgrade one more over here first. And then we can fuse it. You need 2 maximum level cards to fuse. We gotta use this one. And we have not enough points to fuse it. But when you do fuse it, he becomes from a 1-6 to a 1-7. And they just keep getting stronger and stronger. So it's very weird that they went that route, because it's insane almost. But for now, let's just do another mission, go back on the adventure, and again, we can choose to do our current adventure, or we can just go redo some of these missions, and every time you beat it, you get better cards. So let's go just do our current one over here in Mastery Level 1. You would beat it 2 more times, we can unlock the reward. The undead are shattering the research of spellstones. There's this story stuff over here too. It's kind of silly. It's not bad. But I'm not going to read it. It's a card game. I didn't read the Shadowverse stuff either, even though it's voice acted. But where this game does stand apart is its unique mechanics in the card game element. I mean, there's no other game like this. You know, you play a card, boosh, it attacks, turn it comes out, and there's no mana system. There are theme decks you can make that buff all your frogs, for example. So there's a good variety of cards. It's just very weird the way the upgrade system works. It makes it very not competitive, because people will look at this and realize right away that unless you're willing to spend tons of money or an obscene amount of time, you'll be playing at an enormous disadvantage. I should play this actually, because it plays right away. Boosh, 1 damage. So this guy actually does 1 damage to random opponent every single turn. Very strong against armored cards, because armored cards typically have less less HP because they have armor. But he still does 1 damage no matter what. So it's actually very strong. Boosh, we got him. And your card will always attack what's in front of you. If there's nothing in front of you, it'll hit the guy's face. There's actually a lot of strategy involved in where you play your cards, when you play them, and which ability cards you play. But of course, there's RNG as well, because certain cards do hit random targets. It's a really cool concept, and I wish it didn't have the pay-to-win elements, because you need to fully upgrade everything in your deck. Otherwise, what's even the point of playing PvP? Whereas you have a game like Shadowverse, which right from the get-go gives you so many cards. So I actually like Shadowverse a lot. It's one of my favorite newer free-to-play card games. I love Hearthstone too, obviously, but in a game like Hearthstone even, it takes a long time to get the cards you need for a deck. But that's not even as bad as this, because in this game, not only will it take a while to get the cards, but when you don't have the cards, you feel like an asshole, because you're at an enormous disadvantage to your PvP opponents that do have the cards. So unless you're willing to play at disadvantage or spend a lot of money, it's a game I recommend to avoid. However, if you don't mind and you're not really looking for PvP, you can actually play against the AI and do the story missions, and it's actually not bad. You can play on your phone. It's pretty relaxing. You can have a lot of fun collecting cards, upgrading the cards. As long as you don't, you're not really into the PvP and you don't really mind the lack of, fair competitive element of the game, you can still have a lot of fun with Spellstone, because again, it's on mobile as well. So just doing these missions, unlocking the cards, playing it is still pretty fun, because the core mechanics are different. If you like card games, you might actually like these core mechanics a lot. Because if you look at games like Hearthstone and Shadowverse, I mean, they're different games, but the core mechanics are very similar. Even in games like Fairy, I mean, some of the core mechanics are very similar. There aren't many games like this, though. So this one actually does stand apart with its core mechanics. It's just, I'm really frustrated by the business model. Because the game is about 100 players online as of this video. It launched in November of 2016. But it has over, again, a bit over 100 players. But I have a feeling it's going to have issues holding on to those players. Unless those players are casual users that don't mind, maybe just aiming for a more casual market. And it could still succeed that way. But personally, I'm going to be playing Hearthstone and Shadowverse instead. And I would give this game probably a better shake if it didn't have the absurd, combining and upgrading system. Because the rarer your cards are, the more, dust it requires to upgrade them. So you have a deck of really rare cards, it's going to cost a fortune in upgrade points. And not only do you have to upgrade them, you have to fuse them as well. And I believe there are quad fusions too. So cards can get really strong if you have lots of those cards. So it's almost following the business model of a game like Clash Royale, where you can upgrade your cards by having more of them, and the upgrade cost gets ridiculously exponential and obscene, where you can spend tens of thousands of dollars in a game like Clash Royale to get your deck, pimped out and OP. Obviously, better players can overcome the disadvantage of not spending a ton of money. I mean, that's always an option, but it can still be a little frustrating. And again, the matchmaking, will probably match you against players of the same amount of time that you play, your same skill ranking. So that's kind of made up over there too. But it's still quad fusion. You have to do this too. But I don't even have 4 of any card to quad fuse yet. So let's go ahead and do this one, and we can't upgrade none of dust yet. Show my inventory. I got nothing, boys. We get out of here. My deck isn't even full 15 card deck yet either. because I just started playing. Just so you can check out the store. It does the whole Clash Royale style shop as well. You get random items in the store. Give 80 arcane dust, maybe purchased an unlimited number of times. Alright, can we do this? Requires 65 of these gems, which we don't have, and that's, I guess, the premium currency. So we can go in the Spellstone store. You can, there are special sales on here all the time, and you can buy, again, you have this where you have random items available for a certain amount of time in this store. So it's following that Clash Royale model. You can even buy rare packs or epic packs to guarantee yourself OP rarer cards. So it's really trying to monetize users quite a bit. And if you don't want to do that, you're gonna have trouble in PvP. But luckily, PvP isn't everything. You can just play the game, and we can just let's go back on an adventure and let's go redo an older mission, and we'll do this in, I guess, mastery level 2. So we beat this again. We can climb masteries. Yeah, let's go do it. But again, you're still limited by how much you can play, and your opponents do get stronger. This guy was super easy. This was the first mission earlier, but it's gonna be much harder on this mode. But this card is such Duke because it's only 1 tier upgrade. If you compare the 1 tier upgrades, this guy, I'm playing against a 2 tier guy now. So I guess as the mastery levels on the AI goes up, their cards will get better as well, obviously. And your cards will be, will probably evolve as well if you start spending time on the game. This guy's only 1 tier as well. But compare that to mine. Mine was a 2/7 with an ability. Because he's rocking a level 1 Moss Golem. My upgraded Moss Golem is insanely stronger than his. It's not even fair how much stronger my Moss Golem is. Actually, that was a bad play. No. Because again, it's fine. This guy's going to move down. So you have to factor in like where the enemy's cards will go. This guy's going to one-shot my guy, I think. He's got that is a fully upgraded Moss Golem right there. It's a 2/5 with an ability. That's very strong. My guy's got 1 health and 1 armor, so he's going to get one-shot, unfortunately. So we're going to play our Moss Golem as well. Like, look how much stronger this card is than, like, this card. He's by default, he's a 2/3. Ours is a 2/7. It's not even close to fair. But where you play your cards and when you play them has a strong impact on the game. The core mechanics are cool again. It's just that it feels frustrating when if you play PvP against opponents with better cards than you. So I don't think we'll be able to beat this AI, actually. So unless we play really smart, which I have yet to have to do, you can beat all the rank 1 masteries pretty easily. But if you want to beat these higher level opponents, you need better cards or smarter play. Or you wait till they run out of cards and you just dumpster them. Our deck only has so few cards as well, so he's not playing any new cards, so we're probably going to win. My deck doesn't have that many cards either, but I guess it's going to be enough. Boosh, easy. He's going to hit his face. So again, where you play your cards, what abilities they have, has a strong impact on the game, and there's a lot of strategy. The core mechanics are fun. I just wish they went the Shadowverse route of giving players tons of free stuff. I feel like Shadowverse kind of knew that in order to break into the market, in order to gain a player base, they have to offer players something. And why quit Hearthstone when, you have to regrind everything in Shadowverse? So they gave you like 40 packs for free. I feel like every new card game needs to give you a lot of packs, otherwise it's just hard to get players to quit their current card game and play yours. But again, if you're on mobile or you just want to play a PvE-oriented game without worrying about the PvP, Spellstone is worth checking out. But if you're competitive like me and you kind of want more fairness in your game, I say skip Spellstone. But again, it's not a bad game. It works. The competitive element just kind of grinds my gears. But yeah, if you guys do want to play Spellstone or just learn more about it, do check the whole review on MMOs.com on the link below. And again, the art style is gorgeous. I mean, they do a lot of things right. It's a little frustrating that so much of the way the card is set up is the fully upgraded cards are obscenely stronger. I mean, had they made it so upgraded cards like have some downside, but it's still balanced, no problem, But the stronger cards is just like freely stronger, and it's a little frustrating. Anyway, guys, later.